Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back. We're here with the rest of the Mercury Retrograde series. Let's get into it. We left off on Virgo, and so let's jump back into Virgo, yeah. And I hope you don't mind. This is just sort of hanging out here like this. It's tight around the neck. So yeah, just be comfortable. You guys, thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for your likes and for your support here on the channel. Let's get into it now. Virgo, I was meditating on your energy, and what I'm getting right off the bat is that, well, first of all, okay, the most prominent message out the gate here as I was meditating the energy is that there is somebody here who's trying to understand you and they feel like they can't. And I get the sensation that they're trying, like they're wanting to get to know you. I'm hearing that as well. There's something that they feel they're having trouble with. Now, this is Mercury retrograde 2021. We're looking at the cycle here that's coming up quite soon. You know what? Let's just tie this and take off the sweater. I feel like we're going to get hot here. With this one, but yeah, we're looking at September 6th to November 3rd. Yeah, we're just considering the pre and the post shadow. So, for those of you but what? I thought it's only like 2 months or 1 month. It's if you're considering pre and post shadow, which I always do because, it is important, to look at the cycle as a sort of cyclical space, right? I think you can't just look at, your final grade in the class based on just like 2 out of 10 tests, right? You have to look at your first semester, second semester, everything, all of the stages. And so, it's like your first exam. We got to look at that. Everything counts. So it's your initial impression I'm hearing as well. And I'm hearing with this person that threw them off. This is for some of you. Now, we're going to get into the nitty-gritties because this cycle brings up things from the past, and what you might be experiencing may not necessarily just be like, this is on Tuesday, and it can be, from years ago, especially those of you who are, grappling with concepts that you have somewhat hashed out in a prior cycle of Mercury retrograde. Yes, and whatever is not done, so-called finished, done, it will be coming up again. That's for certain. Mercury retrograde doesn't mess around, and Virgo, this is your ruler. So this is going to be a really, really big cycle for those of you who have a lot of Virgo in your chart. And so a lot of Virgo, yeah, definitely triggers. I feel like you're maybe triggering someone here. And you may not even really know it, to be quite honest. But yeah, we're going to get the cards here, Virgo. Thank you all so much again for tuning in. Last night was really loads of fun. Thank you guys for your support. Those of you who super chatted as well. Very, very kind. Thank you guys for tuning in. And the 4 Cups of Reverse, 10 of Pentacles Reverse is coming out. Yeah, now you got like no idea, Virgo. I feel like you do not realize in some sense the capacity. It's not to say, oh, Virgo, shame. No way. Never, right? Even if like we experience certain things, it's not like, the timing is absolute. Okay. There are reasons why maybe we realize certain things later down the line or earlier down the line or, so on. But it's all a lesson. And that is also the beauty of Mercury when it goes retrograde is that, let's clear the energy ground. It brings things up from the past, subconscious. Yeah. Some of you got no idea how into you someone really is. Knight of Pentacles. No idea, Virgo. It's very similar to what came through in the Pisces reading. I'm just getting the sensation that you maybe even kind of just glazed over it. This at a certain point, you maybe dismissed it. You thought, no. Yeah, I'm hearing he's not even Shrek. I'm hearing that at this point. I don't know what that's linked to. Can you guys give me just a quick minute? I mean, slowly, Virgo, you may have even actually just passed this person up. I'm hearing stood them up. Like just move past them, maybe actually physically. Some of you even ended a connection here. I'm hearing with a Virgo. Maybe you are a Virgo and you're dealing with a Virgo. Some of you possibly though I'm hearing a Leo. You could be a cross watcher watching on a Virgo. There's just something. Let's clear the energy ground. No, you have no idea. This person has like sleepless nights about you here, Virgo. But you know what? These readings are meant to inspire and empower you. If you feel like, I made real headway in my connection when it comes to how I perceive the space with my higher self, when these messages are for you. And if you don't, and you're looking at, tarot blindly, and it's no judgment, love and light, but in the sense of saying, I'm going to just take what the tarot reader says and I'm going to just swallow it whole. That's not, you should not be watching tarot if that's the case, right? and it's not, it's not like meant to so-called lead you on. And yeah, every so often we get these messages, from people who are like, oh my God, you ruined my whole, like, I was getting over someone and then you came through and da da da. That's not anyone's responsibility. It's up to you. Okay, that's like saying this person stared at me like in a certain way on the street, and then like, and then it's like my whole life I'm gonna judge based on that moment. And I don't know what this will do for everybody, but like you cannot put your responsibility that is your soul, your soul mission on another. And yeah, and so we're just gonna mention that here. Now, some of you let someone go. No, Virgo, like truly, this is for some of you, Page of Cups, and we're talking about people who you have an empowered, inspired, enlightened relationship with. Okay, and if you're watching and you're wanting to get hooked back on a connection that is highly platonic and it's not serving you, and you know that, then that's on you, and you should kind of know that that's not what we're talking about. Because otherwise that's you trying to put your Pluto on someone else and saying, oh, I was going to get over it and then you made me do this. It's like, no. Okay, just feeling guided to mention that here. Like, yeah, some of you maybe had a few really challenging experiences with someone and you didn't want to step away, but it got to a point where you said, I need to do this, for my story, for my sake. And take it as you will, Virgo. I'm going to get into the chat real quick. Yes. So let's get into it. And yes, we're talking about high vibration here with the Page of Cups. And yeah, that's the purpose of, obviously the channel. We're not here to be like, oh my God, you should like never forget about Sam. You had that one experience. Yeah. No, never forget. Okay. You should go to alchemy.com. That's sort of why I've started this channel. Because you get all kinds of weirdos. No offense, love and light, but you do. You get all kinds of gaslighter weirdos who coming on, say I'm going to frame you and blah blah, and it's a Sag reading. That's a Sag energy. But anyways, let's get back to Virgo. I don't know. Maybe there's someone here who, they're really maybe hurt. They're like, they felt a lot for you here. Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. By the way, Knights of Pentacles. By the way, definitely don't watch your reading if you're triggered. If you're already in a triggered state, you need to check out. Like right here, right now. Check out. You should not be watching tarot when you're like, frantic. Oh my God, is he like? No, you need to step out. Like that's when you really got to just, and you should meditate before you jump into a reading, because this is a very sacred space. And that's where you got to be on the same page with the higher self. Page of Pentacles. Okay, let's get back to it. Four of Cups. And the Nine of Wands. Now, some of you work with this person or you had a project with them, and maybe you thought like at a certain point, wow, maybe we can run. But then I feel like someone let something go here. They really let something go here. And maybe they were trying to protect themselves at a certain point. I'm seeing that with the Two of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Some of you didn't realize, you just didn't see it. I feel like you just didn't see it. Now, this can be a metaphor. Maybe you have a certain connection with somebody here, and you definitely had a very exciting connection, actually. Maybe it just, the universe is saying, hey, there's more to it. Like, you should really not dismiss this as an opportunity. But again, you always have to consult your higher self on that. I'm trying to get the angle right here. Oh, wow. We see me in the reflection now. Then we see me up front. And then, okay, maybe we should go sideways. Yeah. But gosh, guys, it's weird being on YouTube. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, you meet a lot of different types of people. It's like I get like hundreds of emails. I'm still getting email, text. Oh my God. Calls from different people. If you're thinking, yeah, that's I'm famous now. I'm the only one. No, you're not, honey. You're not the only person. I'm just like, gotta come out and say it. Like, and that's not me bragging. I don't want this. You guys, it's not attractive, this energy. And if you think it's attractive, you're creating some sort of scenario where we're going to interact. We're definitely not. And so I just got to mention that. Six of Swords. Some of you have maybe a lot of that you gotta hash out maybe in relation to this space. Six of Swords here upright. Yeah, but someone dismissed an opportunity, Virgo. You know what? I'm going to come back to your energy. Let's jump into the next sign here. Virgo, 11, light. Let's clear the energy and ground. Yeah. Let's get into Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Sag, what's going on? I feel like I was meditating your energy as well earlier. I'm seeing somebody here is like, they're curious about you. Like they want something answered. They're looking at you and they're like, hey, I feel like you've maybe, for some of you, you feel like, you're getting quite serious with something here. Maybe you've told yourself, hey, this is how I kind of want to pursue this, yada, yada. You've understood where in the broader scope of things you're sort of orienting out. And let's clear the energy and ground, and let's shuffle and okay. So the Queen of Cups. Ooh, boy. Sag. Knight of Cups. All right. You have the Ace of Cups and the Strength card and the Knight of Wands. Okay. let's clear the energy. This is, I'm hearing real important, Five of Swords. Some of you want to tell someone something here. I see that as well. Six of Wands, and it's like you can't put it off anymore. Some of you are going to come out, you're going to fully expose somebody. No, like fully. Some of you may go to authorities, even I'm hearing this with the towers, like that kind of thing. Or some of you, this is you want to astral. You're wanting to say, hey, you know what? It's your higher self. I want to manifest this. I've made my decision. And ultimately, right, it is our decision. If we're not experiencing something, that's our dissonance space with our higher self. That's what I believe. Truly, if you really, really in your heart of hearts want something, you will manifest it because it's already manifest and you just recognize it as that. Okay. But when you're not manifesting something and it's like, oh, but it's not happening, you're not really, you're not at the convergence point with that desire quite yet. And so there is some dissonance. There is, and people will maybe fight that, be like, oh my God, no, it can't be like what? Like, no, it can't be that I'm pushing away what I want. You're not acknowledging it. It's not about attracting or polarizing. It's about acknowledgement. So if you're not fully observing it, okay, if there's an aspect of your being that is not ready yet to, and it's not to say, oh, shame. Again, no. But it's a matter of, hey, if you're not ready to experience something, your higher self is so wise enough to hold that back from you. Take it as you will. Hangman, Two of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Let me get quickly in the chat again. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Love and light. Yes. So, well, that's a wonderful way. Okay, I haven't been seeing the opportunities, and that's a good starting point, right? It's about seeing really clearly, and if we're not actually seeing, we may not actually be seeing, like in a third eye sense. We may not really know. Are we really like that clear on what we want? If we feel something is held from a so-called, okay, who are we in that space, and what is it that we're looking at, that we're desiring? It's really important, to recognize. Page of Wands upright. I'm hearing the letter L here. The Hangman. Some of you have something you're in charge of. I see actually, and it's huge. Sag, huge with the Chariot. I'm seeing you're elevating, you're rising. Some of you famous with the Chariot. You're getting famous. Your work is circulating. For some of you big time with the Sun and the Tower. Whew, you're on another wavelength, Sag. Like I'm really, I'm hearing, I'm hearing inspired. I'm hearing this as well. And again, isn't that part of it? The step to manifestation is the first step of seeing. I'm hearing that again, seeing. Yeah, I have to see what I want to be able to even see it physically. And the physical 3D realm is a manifestation of the energetic realm, right? Prior, everything physical is energetic. So feel free to, read up on that in terms of, this is look at magnetism and things like this with the universe. How does the universe work? How does, everything is on an energetic plane prior to manifesting in 3D. So what you're perceiving as your so-called perceived reality is not just. You got to first, and it's kind of like an illusion. It's like, for example, treating, ailments by just treating the symptoms. It's something much deeper. And this whole mind, body, soul. So reflections. But some of you are getting fucking next level. I'm hearing with a Pisces. If you're dating a Pisces, Sagittarius, oh boy. I'm seeing this as like, oh my God, the union here. Oh, Pisces and Sag are feeling it. You could be collaborating with a Sag. It could be that you've got quite a bit of Pisces, they've got quite a bit of Sag, vice versa. This could also be, you with you, but there are, let's clear it. Six of Cups and the 10 of Cups. How many of you are dating a Pisces, and if you are a Sag sun sign? Yes, Mimi, right. Because that's, if we want to experience that badly enough, in whatever sense, sometimes we polarize things as, oh, that's scary, so it's a bad thing. Sometimes it's a lesson, and our higher self wants to experience that to be able to grow from it. Great point, Mimi. And, even when they say, oh, don't focus on things too much that you don't want to manifest, like, it's not, I think it's not so much like negating certain experiences. It's almost like what is meant to be will be as well. Sometimes we feel we don't want that experience, but it's actually the best thing for us. And that's where we have to be in the flow state and say, if I'm so afraid of this experience, why? And am I really in alignment with that so-called fear? Or is it something that I am rationalizing? I'm trying to understand cognitively that I'm not in alignment with. But that I do feel, maybe energetically, emotionally. Let's clear on. And of course, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, so it's take it as well. Sag, I feel like, you're going to be in another stratosphere here with the Magician and the High Priestess. This is definitely actual elevation on an energetic plane. Some of you are moving outside of a scaffolding. I'm hearing even psychologically when it comes to your work, you're completely like, I see you just, let's clear it. Yeah. If this is a business you're starting, I'm hearing massage parlor. Oh, wow. Okay. Something here related to health, healing, self-care. I feel like even it's a product you're launching, Sag, I feel like, oh my God, no. It's a wave even. And it's big. And I feel like a lot of people are going to see it with you and they're going to want to ride it out with you. So that's very exciting. Very exciting. Okay, well, 1 second. Let's clear the energy around. Yeah, this is your magic though. Yeah, and this is the reason why you're manifesting this, because you're not doing it. You're feeling you. And that's where you really start to really get into the levels of, deeper resonation with your purpose and your soul calling. Okay. Now, let's get back to it though. Mimi says, sometimes I feel what's making me want something inside of me. Not the wanting the way we want it. Interesting. Yeah, because right. So let's get back to it with the Fool. Let's clear it around. Some of you have something you want to do, though. It's not just this. It's a next level. But Sag, I feel that you're in this vibe. It's almost like it's something even of like a momentum that you're building. It's something cyclical even. It's something that you're saying, yeah, I want to manifest this. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, we're getting momentum with that. Maybe you realize that you're on a roll with something here with the Magician upright. Let's clear it. Yeah, and you're getting really close, but I feel like, again, I don't feel like you want to look at it in times of that. Maybe in terms of time, like, oh, I'm almost at my deadline. I've almost reached this. I feel like you realize it's a matter of vibration and maintaining your vibration. Definitely. Like, I don't see you guys getting phased out by what you create. Like, in the sense of saying, oh, I created that. Okay, like, yeah, I'm good now. I don't see it as like a logical thing, which is interesting. Queen of Cups, the moon. Some of you, this might be someone you're connecting with. It's a very deep connection and it comes through definitely star. It comes through a Page of Pentacles. When the vibration is right, you're not going to, I feel like this, like maybe this is something you realize, I'm not going to manifest this by like manifesting it. It is already manifest. I have to meet it where I see myself in the storyline. Again, vibrationally with my higher self. So it's about being vulnerable, I think, with how you may ultimately so-called manifest this. In other words, it may not be that you even understand it prior to maintaining it. So it's something that already is Sagittarius. Wow, very interesting. It's definitely for some of you a dynamic. It is a dynamic that you want to strike with someone. This is someone you respect a whole lot. This is somebody here or an energy that you want to absolutely work with in some capacity. I see that. Like, you realize this is in my life one way or another. And maybe it's that faith principle where you say, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about how it's going to manifest. Like, I'm in the power zone, baby. I don't need to like, read between the lines, try to figure shit out. I don't have to like, judge it and say, oh, they did that. They said that. That means that. That means, this is not, I feel where you're at. And this is possibly because it is just so deep and meaningful for you. You, again, have the High Priestess. For a number of you, let's clear the energy. Yeah. But you got to continue to clear shit out. I'm hearing that as well in relation to this space. Like, we see the Seven of Swords. We see the Ace of Swords. You have to clear the flies off of the windowsill. I'm hearing that. Because you're going to be attracting a lot in general. So you need to get serious, right, with your cleansing rituals. I'm hearing that as well. Actually, yeah, you need to do aura, Reiki toxic people out of your life, Sag. This is going to have to be a real, a habit that you make a practice of often, because this is where you're headed. And you have to realize that when, they say when the brighter and the higher vibe you get, you're going to be attracting a lot of polar energy and frequencies. It doesn't make it bad. It just makes it polar. So, right. But you have to understand at every checkpoint what is what and if it resonates with you. And that's where you have to have a mechanism to do that. Otherwise, you're going to be getting all wound up at times. But I feel like you are not, as long as you do have this magician, as long as you do know who you are and you stand by yourself in that space and you don't try to sort of checkmate and confirm your potential by way of, I'm hearing your Pallas Athena. Interesting. Okay. That's an asteroid. Yeah. Clear around. Yeah, no, Sag, like, you're meeting maybe a lot, and maybe you know that. You're like, I realize I'm meeting a lot of like toxic people here. I'm curious, because Sag, you've had some very interesting readings here these last few months. Yeah, let's clear the energy around. You've been seeing people's true ass colors here, and I feel like it's not about that anymore, because you realize I'm going to be meeting a lot of people with a lot of different colors, and it's about what is it, and we're talking vibration, you guys, right? Obviously. Okay, but yeah, just because, yeah, again, we got weirdos in there. Oh my God, what are you saying? They want to frame you any way they can. But anyways, for a number of you, we're talking about vibration, right? Obviously for everyone. But for a number of you, going back to the Magician of the High Priestess, some of you, I'm seeing that you're at this point, Sag, where you say, okay, I can see the colors. What do I do about it? Okay, that's where you have to get to the next level and stage. Let's clear it. Next level and stage. And like I said before, you're dealing with what I personally like to call dark angels. Okay. These are frequencies that come in to checkmate you, but in relation to your greatness. They're not meant to take you down, Sag. Ironically enough, people who are challenging you and you feel challenged, it's a matter of your mechanism, how you approach it, what you do with it, what you do about it. If you want to say, oh, they're just challenging, and then, all right, so you're sitting there with what they have presented, but you have to respond to that, right? With your own power. So that's where you feel, undefeated. Undefeated? Yeah, undefeatable. Where you say, anyone can show up. I'm not going to get triggered. I don't care what you think necessarily, not because I don't care, but because I'm focused on what I care about, what I think, and what I feel, where I'm at. Your vibration, that connection to that vibration has to be so strong that you're not wavering, okay, in the wind of what other people want. I'm hearing as well in relation to your sense of self, your storyline, and how you see yourself in that space. Yeah, for some of you, you're gonna have to expose somebody. For some of you, you're gonna blow some fish out of the water, and they might be mighty fish. You might have to put down people who they think they're all that. They think they're, yeah, whatever it is. You're gonna have to just kind of come out and say, hey, I know that this is gonna bruise the ego here a little bit, but I'm hearing bye-bye. I'm hearing that as well. And this could be someone who was a friend to you. Sorry, I don't entertain that. Okay? I'm hearing God's claws have given me what I made, and I taught, and I. Let's clear it. Some of you have jealous people around you. That's too bad. But listen, again, I feel like you can't get stuck in that rut of, damn, why do they have to be like that? That's not your concern, right? Okay. If anything, if that saddens you and you want to help people in that space, what will help is you being the example, okay? Not dealing with the drama, not getting wound up, not even responding, reacting. Yeah, maybe oh my God, why are you not even fighting back? That's first of all, so narcissistic for somebody to want to get you involved in drama. That's not something that you have to do, Sag, right? Of course, remember that, right? This is not where you're at. Who's to say that you have to get involved in any conversation? I'm hearing that as well as a general video yet again. But in a generalized sense, with the temperance card and the hierophant, you determine, you have to circle back to you. And sometimes the best thing you can do is say, no, I'm not going to get involved in that. No, I'm not. I'm hearing that. Yeah, no. And that's where you have to get tough. But I feel like this is going to become a habit of yours. And the first few times are hard. But listen, yeah, those first few experiences that you have, not getting hard with it, those experiences are hard. Those are the ones that remind you that this is important, to be grounded in your personal truth. Okay, to not make sacrifices and not be like, oh, but okay, fine, they're my friend, blah, blah. No, you're not making excuses. Yeah. Boundaries. Yep, boundaries. Now, Sagittarius, let's get some cards out. Let's pull here on the macro scale. Let's get a monthly card out here for you for the whole year, actually. We see Mercury retrograde several times in a year, right? So this is, and I feel like, Sag, again, I feel like maybe there's some nostalgia, or you're like, oh, I wish I could help them with that, or I don't want to tell this person I can't be their friend. It's whatever it is, okay? It's just I'm hearing I just can't hang out. No, I can't do this. It's not my standard. It's not my value. And I feel again, you're just going to get to that point where you say, you know what, I can't, I'm not going to sacrifice what I need to do for that story over there. And if someone's going to make such a huge deal out of what you say to them, that's also not where you want to be at. You don't want to be their dependency there. No, I'm sorry, goodbye. Okay. No, I'm your codependent. No. Some of you really may be working with relationship dynamics that have made you feel kind of trapped in that space where you felt you needed to help someone. No, I've got to get out of that. I'm hearing that. That's what you feel maybe. And I'm not saying what you should do. This is not my advice. This is just a channel message. So always going to take it as you will. Sagittarius. Ooh, Sagittarius. Some of you, super creative. And I feel like whatever you present at this time is going to take off. Take a fuck off, Sag. Yeah. I feel like people are not going to even try to tell you good luck, because they know you're good. They know you're good, and they know that you're good. You're going to be good. I'm here where you're guided. Let's get a card. January. Hierophant reverse. Yeah, some of you had expectations here with something. But I feel like you didn't let it get the best of you when you started to realize, okay, this is not going where I thought it would be going. I feel like you resurrected, definitely right then. Strength. I see that you saw a lot of transformation in relation to this area of your life. This was in March. Let's clear it. March. Yep, definitely. And I see that for some of you, there was a storyline here. Oh, wow. You have the Temperance card and the Ten of Pentacles. You have the the Tower and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, right. Okay, leading on the Strength card. Some of you, wow. 1 second. This is something financial, definitely. You're breaking a threshold here. For some of you, this is with your karma. I'm seeing your generational karma. How do we explain? For example, in your family, let's clear the energy. Yeah, your Akashic records. You are clearing something here in a big way. Like you're resetting the scale, the mold. Yeah, definitely. For example, you could be the first person in the family so-called to reach a certain threshold, maybe even like politically. I'm not sure what this is alluding to, but something here with the Tower and the Strength card. Ten of Pentacles, huge, Sag. Like it's accolades here. Your guides want you to know that this is a big deal. It's not something random. Okay, with the Strength card, the Tower, and the Ten of Pentacles, whatever you've been working on here, March, April, May. Oh my, it's seriously another tier here. I'm hearing even for the people you talk about. I'm not sure. Maybe you're a guide here for some with the Strength card, the Tower, and the Ten of Pentacles. It's sensational. Actually, I'm seeing that with the Strength card and the Tower. But I feel at times, yeah. Your guys want you to know that they're really they're protecting you. First of all, they're guiding you. Absolutely. This is something really important that you're doing for humanity. I'm hearing this as well. Absolutely. Ten of Pentacles. Some of you, you're doing energy healing. Yeah. Some of you may travel and working with the energy grid on planet Earth. How many of you are doing that? Let's clear the energy and ground. Some of you have to clear, certain, how do we say it, vibrational stagnancies. And you may be traveling to places and it might not be direct, but I feel for some of you in a big way, this is direct. You're openly going to like certain communities, certain places, and you're like breaking up energy. I'm seeing this with the Tower and Ten of Pentacles, the energy grid, and you're facing a lot of criticism for that, but know that, it's for a reason. Okay. Because you are on your path. So again, the stronger the light, sometimes the stronger the dark that you may attract at times. You have to remember that yet again. You have to remember that. Two of Cups upright. Don't worry. You will get redemption. I'm hearing this. I'm going to take it easy. Well, I'm not sure what that's going to do. Some of you have been dealing with a hell though as well. We're not going to say this is you guys strength in the Tower. This is like a performer who keeps having to perform. Okay. They don't end their show. I'm hearing that strength in the Tower. Yeah. They don't give up. In other words, on their cause. This is for a number of you. And I feel like you've maybe been feeling that you're making progress, but it's a lot of pressure at times. Okay, with the Tower, the Strength. This is something generational. Like no one in your family. I just keep hearing this. You're breaking some kind of. I'm hearing. It's something repetitive. Like definitely something karmic. But I'm seeing it as a repetitive. This is something for some of you, you're dating someone here who's like out of the so-called, it's going to be shocking. Like it's shocking. I feel like you are knowing that though. You're like, I know I'm going to shock them. I'm going to shock my family by saying I'm dating someone like that. Knight of Pentacles upright. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Knight of Cups. But you feel like this is important. You got to do this because it's real to you. Like you got to, and maybe at a certain point you're like, well, I can do it like maybe secretly or like behind their back. I feel no. You want to be upfront with this. I feel at the end of the day, you realize there's no way I'm hiding what I love. That's ridiculous. Strength upright, Tower upright. Yeah. Again, your guides want you to know that you're doing an amazing job. And this is a general video, but you're doing for those of you who are working in the light, and you're working with your soul mission and your soul calling and you feel the passion with that and you're focused on your project. That's what we're talking about here. Those of you in a relationship and you're actively trying to work with a shadow space and get through. Yeah, let's clear the energy. No. Some of you have to clear something in relation to that space though. Yeah, this was something you're melting down. It could be the ego for some of you. And it's and the relationships that you attract by way of that. You had to get rid of that whole concept back there. I'm hearing that with the King of Wands in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse. How many of you know what that's relating to right there? I see you melting something down that was totally irrelevant. And it might be a cultural mantra even. It's like, I don't resonate with that. No. And yeah, you might lose some so-called friends for that, but sorry. Yeah, that's what you believe in. So you choose yourself over a whole population of people at a certain point, Sag. Those of you in politics, whatever it is, I feel like you are not ashamed of what you want to show up with now. And it is because you show up in that space. So it's like you start to realize, okay, let's clear it. Yeah. You start to put two and two together and you realize it's a reflection point. What I present is a reflection of me. If I'm presenting something that's not real to me, then it's not me. And I'm going to be hiding in my life. Okay, let's clear it. That's not happening. So for some of you have to get really, really, really brave. And you want to come forth representing your personal truth. Let's clear it, possibly, but it's a general video. Please take it as you will. Let's clear the energy. Let's clear it. But yeah, no, you're going to get a lot of hate for this. I feel, there are going to be people who want to like pull you back, string you back. Hey, come back. Like, hey, with even like, yeah, offers, like things that are trivial though to you. Trivial. It's like, I got 3 cups. It's like, here's a 4th. It's like a trick, you guys. You don't need, what does a 4th cup mean to you? Okay. It's like, I'm still thinking about these 3 here. Okay. This is for me. I'm hearing that as well. For some of you, someone wants to take over your project. You're not hijacking my mission. I'm hearing that strength card up right. You think you're, no. You think you're really far ahead. Maybe you start to see someone's true colors in the sense even that you no longer idolize that person. It doesn't hit you in the same way as it did in the past. Like, oh, I glorified that. No, I don't actually. Strength up right. Yeah. This is big, Sag. This is huge. It's again, not just you. It's for the people who are in relation to you. I'm hearing that again. That's a message your guides really, really, really what do we take as you well? Something financial. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you're being really strong here. Like, actually, I see so much strength in the strength card here at this time, and it won't always be that I'll feel the same. Let's clear it. Yeah. But there are times this is hard. Exhausting. April, Tower Prey, exhausting. Yeah, there are times. For some of you, you're in a leadership position, and you have to get kind of sergeant-like at times, like you feel, baby. With certain people, certain places, certain theories, concepts, ideas, you have to say, hey, that's not an ideal. Yeah, you're saying it's an ideal, but it's not, and let's just get on the same page with that. So got to take it as you will. It's clear and ground. Yeah, maybe you start to extract your ego from the storyline here a little bit with the 6 of Cups in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. Like, oh yeah, I was the one who was going to, it's like, no, actually, I don't want to be like the one like that who just like does that like that and like this like that. I see, strength upright. It's like more the morals, the values. I want to feel at the end of the day that I accomplished what I wanted to dream of. I'm hearing and make come full circle. Yeah. So someone maybe was trying to frame you at a certain point. Like they're trying to tell you who you are and what you want. It's like they were preaching a whole mantra with you. And it's like at a certain point, no, you started to scale it back. Okay. You started to realize like, okay, even the marketing, it's like, when it really comes down to it, I don't think like if I did that I would be satisfied. That's what I'm hearing with the strength card upright. So it's more of a palpable emotional space that you're now looking to. And it's like, well, okay, it's not about am I successful actually even financially or in terms of my publicity. I'm hearing this from of you. Maybe at a certain point you had a goal here. You were like, I just want to be famous, something like this. And no. This is not for all Sagittarius obviously as well, right? And this could be the energy in your midst. But the strength card upright, there's something here that, where you felt someone was trying to place that on you. Like they're trying to tell you, oh yeah, like that's kind of what you should be looking towards. And it's like, they didn't even ask you, I feel at a certain point. And then you start to see that as a red flag as well. Like, wait, so you're not going to even like cross check with me if I even agree with you on that. Okay. And that could be a cultural thing. Again, something where you said, Michael, the culture that I grew up in just kind of like expects me to be like that. And that's really impersonal to me. I'm hearing that strength upright. Yeah. So let's get back to it. Let's clear it. Yeah. There's something that you owe someone. This can be in terms of your spiritual mission. You feel that there's something very particular here. Some of you are doing some crazy controversial work. Like I see you go into like really controversial pieces of land. I'm hearing that. And take it as you will. You're showing up. You're saying, okay, I'm here. Like, it's going to be confrontational. This is for some of you. And we're talking in high vibe. Not like, I want to create drama. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the high vibe Sagittarius energy where you're showing up not to be seen, not to just show up, but to like show up with the truth, show up with what you know for yourself though, right? Not like framing somebody else. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about debatey energy. It's about who am I? When I'm coming from that space of love for self and others. all are one. That's the concept here. What I'm seeing with the strength card, the heart chakra, and Leo energy here with the strength card is about the heart chakra. It does rule, right? Even the solar plexus. Leo in its higher form is very generous, is very, very loving, very selfless. And so I see that that's something you're activating here in March. Yeah. I see you putting your shadows to the side. Now let's continue. It is controversial, like hearing this though yet again. Like there will be people who like, maybe they'll have been like threatening you at certain points. It's like, they'll threaten like, yeah, it's like, let's clear it. Tower, right? I'm hearing kingdom coming. What's that? That comes through every now and then. What is that? Kingdom coming. I feel like it gets silly at a certain point. I have to call my mom. Okay. Yeah, that could be a message for some. Take it as you will. Some of you, this might also translate as like you're a workaholic, like, but you're working hard and you're, it could be for your family. You're saying, hey, like, I'm going to be home soon. Like, I'll be good. I'm coming, but it's like, I got to keep focused. I'm hearing that strength and fundamentals. This is reminding me of the Virgo reading that was about, right around the time of Kobe's, ascension, we'll call it. In that reading, we talked about this. It was a Taurus, I think, Taurus, Leo, and Virgo of that season. I think it was February 2020. It was so crazy powerful. So intense, some of the most intense readings ever, and and I believe that it was related in some capacity to what did go down there or go up, and so there are things that are, let's clear it, with what manifested, with what ultimately ascended. I'm hearing this as well. So it was about someone, though, who they were on a mission and they looked back at the family. They said, I'm doing this for you. So take it as you will. Yeah, they had to release someone. They had to move away from somebody. I'm hearing that as well. Let's clear it. They had to say, hey, I can't do this now. And that's where you got to get strong, Sag. Like, listen, you're in a leadership position. Just being a Sag, just having quite a bit of Sagittarius in your chart. Thank you, Marisa, for your donation. Love and light to you for tuning in. You are automatically, here to represent truth, faith, love. That's what you're really truly here for, and to stand for it, to represent it. And you might realize that doing that means defying other forces. But again, that's where you come down to the weighing it out stage of saying, well, why would I choose something over love? Right? Okay, I love this, so I want to represent this. Why would I not represent it? Right? And then you look at those factors that maybe held you back or support. You say, that's so silly. It's so silly. Death upright. This might be sacrifices you make with yourself. Some of you are maybe working on your career. You're like putting children off, so-called children, take it as you will. It's so funny. Like people come and they tell me, oh my God, like, wait, so you didn't have children yet? Like, you're like, what's going on? Like, and I'm like, well, your project of life, you can look at anything as a child, right? So it's about how you see it. And some of you maybe are facing criticism in that space, or maybe this is subconscious fear, or it's something that's in the back of your mind, like, oh no, like, am I late with something? But that's an illusion. It's more what you place value on, what your emphasis is here, right? With the death card upright. For you, if it's truth and it's reality, maybe for some it is children. But for some, with the death card upright, it comes down to what's real. Okay, this is Pluto, this is Mars, this is the 8th house, this is metaphysics. This is all about transformation, transcendence, ascension, ultimately, again. I feel all houses are ultimately related to ascension, but just from different standpoints. They're all same energy, right? Just different versions of your story. But for some of you, death and the Queen of Cups, for example, let's do an example. Ascendant, first house energy is your physical sort of aura, right? How it is that you present and how you express physically in the third dimension. The 12th house is your subconscious, is the sort of the etheric body, even we'll say. So going back to it here with the Queen of Cups and the Death card, there's something that maybe even at a certain point I'm seeing you were given. And maybe you had so-called free ride. You said, oh, I could do that. I could do this. I have this opportunity, that opportunity. And, but then it got to the point where you said, I wouldn't be proud of that. Okay. And that's where you start to realize, I want to live my life with the Queen of Cups and the Death card. Let's clear it. Yeah. Like if someone comes in and says, hey, this is yours, it's worth a lot. What does that mean? Right? It's about your currency. Okay, they'll give you XYZ, but if you can't spend that at the arcade that you want to play, what good is it? Truly, honestly, this is for some. So, you see you questioning where you're putting your energy and your time, but your metrics is different, and you will face criticism for that. Yet again, there will undoubtedly be people who will come and say, I think you're wasting your time. Okay, but for some of you, I see that you've shifted gears with how it is you orient relation to your in relation to your tagline. Interesting. Wow, very interesting. Okay, Sagittarius. Well, King of Pentacles are bright, Ace of Pentacles are bright, and this is a future that you're living for. It doesn't yet exist, so that's where you have to be brave, right? Think about all these amazing innovators, okay, through the centuries. Like, were they like, let me see if I'm popular with this idea? No, they were fucking weird, you guys, when they came out with whatever they came out with, but they were persistent with that. Okay, it's not like Albert Einstein changed his like theory and algorithm because like Sally, Macy Gray, Susie Saunders, I don't know, what came out and said, oh, I see you as different. Okay, it's not like he was like, yeah, let me listen to my publicist manager. Okay, the one who's making me Einstein. Yeah, she promised she's gonna make me like Einstein of like the future. So yeah, let me like listen. Oh, you think I should like tone it down with my algorithm? Fuck that shit, guys. No. You need to be weird because it means being honest, right? We're talking Magician and the Nine of Cups. This is your magic, and there are people who know your magic, but they will try to make it seem like it's too weird. Oh, no, don't say that. Why? Why are you even so interested in my life? I'm here to begin with, to get to the point where you're trying to tell me what to do and how to live it. That tells me you're not focusing on your own. Let's clear it around. So, you guys, this is where you're going to be undoubtedly controversial. This is for some of you with the Magician and the Nine of Cups. Love and light, but that's where it has to go. I'm hearing this as well, and you realize, okay, because it's also something generational. Like, you're almost expecting, like, okay, it's obvious that they're going to think that they're going to think I'm wasting my time because they don't know what I've been. I'm hearing in prior lifetimes. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So, well, you're turning something around, Sag. Okay, but let's get back to the monthlies. We saw here March, April, May, June, July. August is the King of Pentacles. Damn. I feel like no one's going to fuck with you, Sag. You kind of see it. You see where you're headed. You see where it's leading to. You're getting momentum. Like, this is the point where you're at, where you're like, it's okay, let them make fun. Okay, like, I'm not reacting. I'm sorry. Like, this is just not worth my time. Like, this could actually be for a number of you with trolls. I'm hearing magazines. Someone's writing about you in the tabloids. Something ridiculous. I'm not even focused on your little grape with no vine on it. I'm hearing that as well. Like, in other words, if this is your relationship, if you're Venus and Sag, you're not entertaining silly suitors. No offense, but you're not. Okay, people who don't want to show up and they're popping through aliases and changing their voice on the voicemail and all this nonsense. I'm not getting bug-eyed about that. Okay, King of Pentacles are bright. I have another standard here now. I'm not King of Pentacles. Some of you also dating somebody here. Earth sign. If this is your midhaven, you could have a project manager or someone project, really big project, or producer come through, want to pick up your work. Let's clear around you. No, you're in another tier, Sag. Yeah, no, yeah. It's a tear to you. It's a tear to them rolling down their cheek. Okay, the person who told you who you were back then in January. Okay, that's so embarrassing. Hierophant reverse. So embarrassing with the Hierophant reverse. This is even someone who was like, oh, they tried to manipulate you to make you think that you have no other option here. Fuck that. Come on, bro. You're proving them wrong. In other words, Sagittarius. You're proving them wrong. Right here, right now in August with that King of Pentacles are bright. You think you're so tough? Goodbye. Okay, let me just show you how it's done. Ace of Pentacles are right. Leading out of the kingdom. And that could be someone who's like, whatever it is, age, whatever. No. Yeah. They try to tell you, you can't do that, blah, blah. And it's like, you did it. You just did it, bro. King of Pentacles are right. Ace of Pentacles leading out of the King of Pentacles. You're going to have something newsworthy here come through in September. I'm so happy for you, Sag. You're showing up in your own life. And I feel like that's a turn on the wheel that's made. That's when you feel that the karma has shifted. I'm hearing that as well. Like, this is a wave that you're working with. You are flipping the energy, definitely. Magician and the Ace of Pentacles. And you know what? At the end of the day, it is inspiring. That's what people look at and they say, okay, fine. Actually, wow, fine. Sagittarius has it going on. But listen, if you didn't work for what you really felt and believed in, how could they get to that point? To see the light. I'm hearing that in you. And we all have light. But it's a matter of if we're brave enough to I'm hearing, resemble it as closely as we feel it in 3D. I'm hearing from our higher self and the perspective from that vantage point. The moon, upright, the fool. Some of you are in love with somebody. I'm seeing that as well. And you realize that you want this with this person. And it's deep. This shit's deep. Fool and the moon. No one's getting between that. No one, nothing. People want to create drama, try and do whatnot, spread little silly rumors. You got something so strong here with this person. This is unshakable, unbreakable. This bond right here with the Fool and the Moon. Oof. You guys almost, how do we say it? You feed off of what people throw your way. If anything, it helps you ascend. Let's clear it. That is the mistake that they make in wasting your time in trying to complicate your message with your higher self. Let's clear it and ground. How many resonate with this message? Be sure to hit the like button. I see 72 likes. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's literally 7:24 p.m. Take it as you will. But yeah, getting back to the Fool and the Moon, it's like some of you might be in a certain, I'm hearing lifetime context that allows you to make of these discrepancies, I'll call it, with the Five of Wands, where people maybe judge you or whatever it is. And if it's a relationship, yeah, I'm seeing someone who feels judged, but not judged. Like they feel like people are kind of throwing slack at them for the connection they're in, the Fool and the Moon. But that's, if anything, serving you. You're making something out. I feel people maybe throwing tomatoes here. I feel like you grab it and it gives you an idea. It's something like that, you guys. But this is you with someone. Like, how do we say it? They don't realize they're actually doing you good. They're doing you a favor. Like, take it as you will. With the Five of Wands, the Moon, and the Fool. Like, this is something really, really exciting. Maybe this is something you're transforming. You're regenerating. This can also be people who no longer have a grip on you. Yeah. Like, no. You're in another tier. I just keep hearing the Sag. Like, love and light, but the sun upright. It's that moment as well where someone did not treat you right. They didn't treat you, and you gave them a warning. You said, hey, and they kept acting like, not cool around you, with you. And it got to the point, Sagittarius, where I feel like, you started to really step out of the mentality there with that person. Oh, yeah. And then they come back and they want to be friends with you again. And they realize like they can't get a hold of you kind of vibe, something like that. Yeah. They lost an opportunity with you, but that's, again, that's okay, because that's also their lesson. And you can't feel bad about that. Ace of Cups in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, Two of Cups leads you out. Yeah. For a small number of you, I want to bring this forth. You might be dealing with someone who just is a narcissist or narcissistic. They've got narcissistic-like traits, at least. They live for drama, you guys. They live for the tabloids. And maybe at a certain point, you thought this person was a friend or friendly, and you saw the true colors. You saw the the suit and the tie untailored, and you're like, okay, that's what made it. Okay, I got you. Seven of Swords upright, all ego. Basically, it was all ego there in a certain sense. But with it, Seven of Swords upright at the base of the Moon upright. This is you, Sagittarius, as I feel it. You've made sense of something. You've made better sense of something with the Seven of Swords. Let's clear the energy around. Yeah, you saw where someone was going with you. If you're famous and you have a friend here, or you had a friend here, maybe somebody even who wanted to like promote your work or whatever. I'm hearing Beyonce with the Seven of Swords right, take it as you will. It's like, and they were you saw that they were maybe in it, like they had a personal integrity, moral issue. And, you started to say, well, I don't need to talk like they do, right? Maybe this is someone who wants to create drama and you decide not to get involved. Something like that, possibly. Okay, but yeah, because you got way better things going on with the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands. Oh my God. This is someone who just wants to like rain on the parade vibe. They don't even know where the parade's at though. It's something very silly like that. Like they're showing up drunk, lazy. I'm hearing this. They're trying to like, it's like they thought you'd come trying to find them with the Seven of Swords, and it's like you didn't. Now they're stuck carrying Seven Swords around. That's going to be the sad life there with that storyline, okay? And yeah, again, it's not up to you to try and, I'm hearing, be their strength, be their ally. Devil in reverse, Wheel of Fortune reverse. And there's a point where you said, I'm letting go of your shadow, bro. I'm not holding on to that for you. You think I'm going to hold up your little frame like that and say it's all okay? No. This is something you expose. Let's clear it. 3 of Wands reverse. Now let's continue. Yeah, you got something big coming, Sag. We'll keep that as a surprise. Love and light to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get into the next sign here. We'll jump into... We've got... Let's see here. Maybe what we'll do... No. Let's continue. Let's continue here. Let's see, we got Sag. Let's clear the energy and ground again. Here's Sag, Leo. It's odd. I feel like Did we do Sag twice? Well, if it is, so be it. It's necessary. Some of you moving abroad, I'm hearing this. Could be for however sign. We did Aries. We did Sag. We did Scorpio, Gemini, Taurus. In the last video, last night, we did Leo, Pisces. We've got Capricorn. I feel like we did Sagittarius. Okay, well, we did a second Sagittarius. So be it. So be it. Yeah, take it as you will. Yeah. Sag is definitely, I'm just hearing this like, yeah, there's a lot on that plate. Let's get back to it. Let's do Libra. All right, Libra, let's get into it here. Mercury retrograde. This is big. This is in your sign, actually. This Mercury retrograde is in the sign of Libra this season. So we're looking at September, October, November with Mercury and Libra. Now, Libra, oh boy, something here I see you're wanting to invest in. It's big. It could be something quite expensive. 8 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. It could be something you've got your sights set on. You're maybe saving up for this. 6 of Wands. Some of you want to travel with someone. Yep. Magician, Sun. Strength card. 4 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups in reverse. Ooh, you're really saving up for something here. I see you got your sights set on something. Strength and the Magician. Let's clear the energy. This is something that has maybe taken a few years, I'll be quite honest. If this is a point you're reaching in your career, I feel like you've put a lot, you're really focused on this and you had to be really resilient. Libra, I'm hearing Leo with Leo. Some of you, this is you really having a passion for someone. And it's a matter of how you approach the space. I feel like you didn't want to just rush in and like just be romantic. I'm hearing that as well. This is something you wanted to kind of, let's clear, even actually have in hand to offer them. Yes. You got the High Priestess upright, 6 of Cups upright, 6 of Pentacles, Page of Cups in reverse, 10 of Swords in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse, Lovers upright. Yeah, you could be dealing with that. I'm hearing a Leo Libra. I'm hearing you could be a cross-watcher Pisces. You could be dealing with a Pisces. There's something that you want to do. It's something very, but you don't want it to be random. That's for sure. King of Pentacles upright. Again, you could be planning something here, Libra. Knight of Wands in reverse. We're going to take a break. We'll get back into it, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Love and light to you. We'll head back into Libra after the break. Bye, guys.